Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like
Hey everybody. Jenny, where did you go? You popped in and then you popped out. Hello. Hi everybody. Sorry, let me get my computer's super slow, so I gotta get my stuff pulled up here. There she is. Hello.
Oh my God, I didn't know you wanted me up here. I was just saying, hey, good luck. I said, hey, good luck. It ran out.
Well, you don't have to come up here. You popped in and then you popped out.
I'm so happy to see you.
Hello. It's cold in here, so I had to put my furry coat on. I'm freezing. Cold all day.
This is your twerk coat.
It is my twerk coat. Hi guys.
Awesome.
Thanks for being here. I know that when people cover new cases, sometimes people aren't interested, but I'm interested. So, you know, there you go.
I'm super excited.
Listen, guys, so we're going to, I've been working on this timeline. I got some other information, but I'm not wanting to talk about that yet publicly. So this is kind of just the timeline and kind of an overview. But anyways, so today, I've been out all day today. I got home and just like laid on the couch for a little while, just chilling out with the husband and the children, because I'm exhausted. So twerk trench. That's funny. And I have hat hair, so I put my hat back on.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So
I think it's awesome.
my shirt.
Oh my gosh, you got that today?
Yes, I did. So yes. And all of my children are still up. And I've told them to go with their dad on the other side of the house, but you know how that works. What, Jack? I got my hat right here. Where you got your coat? My coat is cold in here. Where? What do you mean where? I'm right here. You said go bye-byes. No, I'm not going bye-byes. You go bye-byes. I did today, yep. Go get daddy. Go get daddy. Where? Here we go. Hold on a second.
Go get daddy. I can't wait for you guys to hear all the stuff. She's done so much work.
We've been, yeah. So today, we went, well, I met up with a group of women. There were supposed to be a lot more that came today, but there was only a few of us that, showed up today. So, but we went on a search for Gretchen Fleming, and we were out all early, like morning, early afternoon, and then oh my gosh, I can't see everybody. Oh, okay, there we go. My computer is messing up. Thanks everybody for being here. We were watching, sorry. And then I went, so a total of 3 different places today that we searched. It was put in a lot of miles today. We went 2 different places this morning and early afternoon, and then they all had to go do other things today. They had afternoon plans. So they went and did their thing. And because my husband's home and he had the kids and he had everything under control here, or as much of control that you could have with these crazy children, I went to
Let's say
another location
control.
and searched today. So it was cold, very cold. My ears are still cold. My feet are still cold. It was snowing. It was very windy, and very rough. So, but it was a good day, and we made a lot of progress and a lot of headway with ground coverage. So that was awesome. I'm really, really, really happy about that. And then each time that I have more, every day that I can get away, and go out, I will be going out and searching more, in more areas. So I did a lot of driving around today, and because I have been, after I got home, I was just like I had to chill for a while. I was so tired. I did not get the videos and stuff uploaded, so I'm going to upload them in a separate video from today. And yeah, so we're going to go over the timeline today of Gretchen's case. And please, please, please take some time to listen. And after the live, I'll post all the links in the chat, in the description for news articles, so that you guys can, anybody watching can keep up with the news articles. And then I will keep a running timeline as things progress, and information, it comes out from law enforcement. The news has put some information out that law enforcement hasn't confirmed, but through various sources, I guess, I've been able to confirm, who the person of interest is, as well as the news has been able to confirm who the person of interest is. So, do you want to say anything, Jenny?
I want to say how proud I am of you.
Oh, how
Very
sweet.
proud of you. It's a lot what you've
Yeah.
done with this case, and you've gotten me up to speed with it, and went out there today and really did the work. And I'm so proud of you for that. And I'm proud of you for keeping in
Aw.
touch with me all day, so I knew you were okay too.
Yeah. Well, there was a point in time. So it was about a mile and a half into one location by myself. And I did take a short video because I had to get off the phone with you guys, because I was like, I can't breathe. And the wind was like hitting me in the face. It was horrible. I was afraid I was going to lose my earbuds. And so I was like, okay. And I got about a mile and a half or so out, and I was like, I probably shouldn't be doing this by myself. So, because it was really, really rough and very desolate. And so I turned around and came back, and I was like, well, we'll just have to, turn around and come back
I'm so
another day.
glad that you did. I'm so
Yeah.
glad that you did. If you have anything you want me to pull up, just tell me, because I know your computer's giving you fits. So
Always, as usual. Someday I'll have a normal one. So I have, let's see here. I did it in the same kind of format. Thank you guys for being here. I know that outside of, a lot of, when you come into a certain case, that's all people want to hear about from that creator. And so I always appreciate the people that show up for the other people that need attention too. So this is super important. This could be your daughter, your granddaughter. This could have been me a long time ago. This could have been you a long time ago. I mean, there are people out there that maybe don't look threatening, but they really are. So, and somehow these people kind of slip through the cracks sometimes, and they get away with things a lot more often than they should. So I have been following the case closely for the last couple months, but I was, kind of hesitant to bring it to YouTube. There's been a few small channels that have covered it, and I know Sleuth Mom has covered it, and Gray Hughes has covered it. Those are, bigger channels too, but there's been more smaller channels that have covered Gretchen's case. So I just kind of just waited and didn't really know if I wanted to bring it to YouTube because of, how it is. But she needs exposure, and she needs help. So, and that's why I got off my butt and went out today and walked a really through some serious mud and briars and all of that. So, just I urge everybody to act, to do instead of talk about it. So this is something I always wanted, especially out of my channel. So when we went in the late fall for summer to search for Summer, it really opened my eyes to the action behind everything. Like, we can all sit on the computer, but if it's the best help that we can give is to physically offer our help if we're able to. So, and if you can't offer your help physically, do other good things. So anyways, so this is Gretchen. She's gorgeous. She's missing from Parkersburg, West Virginia. Oh, before I start, sorry. I'm tired and my whole body is just trembling because I'm so cold and stuff from earlier.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm going to do this in the same format that I did. Sorry, I'm going to block this person. I don't know who this is.
Yeah.
That I did Summer stuff and at the beginning, and Carly's and or Cassie Carly's and Lily's. So with the slides and the running timeline. So, and we'll update as we get them. So I know.
B Charmer donated some memberships.
You did? Oh, B Charmer.
Yeah. She donated 5 memberships.
Thank you. You're so sweet. I love you. I can't see who, if I try to pull it up, who got memberships.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was Robert Skrull, Prissy Missy, Appalachian Granny, and Allie Cattails.
That's awesome. Thank you guys for being members. Hold on one second.
Hey, Baton Rouge. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. It means a lot, so much. Like Adrian was saying, it's difficult to cover other cases when, people only want to hear one thing from your channel.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Thank you guys. Yes. Thank you for being here. So anyways, I'm going to try to get myself in the right headspace here so we can get through this because I'm a train wreck tonight. But anyways, this is Gretchen Fleming. She is missing from Parkersburg, West Virginia, and she went missing on the early morning hours of December 4th, 2022. Her reward is up to $65,000. There'll be $32,000 for $32,500 for anyone for substantial information leading to the current physical location and return of Gretchen, and $32,500 for the arrest and conviction of anyone involved in Gretchen's disappearance. So on this, and this will show up later on too a little bit better. Sorry, one second.
Wow, pretty good. 65,000. I didn't know it was that high. That's so awesome. I know she's worn out, you guys. She got up early and drove out there and went to multiple locations to search today. So
Yeah,
I
it
know
was
she's worn out.
always crazy. So
I was surprised you were here. I was like, oh my gosh.
well,
I'm so happy.
you know that I've been wanting to do this the last couple days.
Yep.
But it's just like one thing after another, and I haven't been able to do it. So, hi everybody coming in, by the way. Thank you for being here. And thank you, Baton Rouge, for a desk heater. Thank you so much. I appreciate that
Oh,
much.
how sweet.
That is sweet. Thank you. And so anyways, the detective on the case is J.M. Zimmerman, and his number is 304-424-1072. And her case number is P220-7164. So on December 3rd, this is what we know for sure. And again, I will post the links to all of the articles in the description after this. On December 3rd, at approximately 1:15, Gretchen's grandmother, the lady pictured here, Louise, she dropped her off at the Grand Central Mall for work. So, according to their interviews and statements and such, it was not abnormal for Gretchen to like go out with friends or stay with friends for a couple days and not. She lived with her grandmother, so she didn't drive. She didn't have her license. She never wanted to drive, so it wasn't abnormal for her to like hang out with friends for a couple days. So when she didn't come home that night, you know, they didn't think anything of it. She did go out with friends. She went to the Front Row Sports Bar and Grill, which is on Emerson Avenue in Parkersburg. And this is like it's a small bar and grill. But a lot of people, I mean, it's a good hangout spot for younger crowd. Then she left. So she went to the Front Row with one friend, is what I've gathered from the interviews and stuff. She went to the Front Row with one friend. She left the Front Row with a different friend and went to the My Way Lounge that evening sometime while she was out. And the My Way Lounge is downtown, so it's a little bit of a ways away. But I'm hearing that there was like some stuff going on at the My Way, so it was like a big event night or whatever for the My Way Lounge. And that was, you know, about a 10-minute drive or so from the Front Row. Parkersburg is north of Ohio and has a small air. Yes, it does. Mm-hmm. She is very beautiful. She was 27 when she went missing, and she's 28 now. She had, Baton Rouge. She had a, sorry, this hat is driving me crazy. Hi, Dutchie. She had a birthday, so she's 28 now. And while she was at the My Way Lounge that night, she was highly intoxicated from the reports from people. And around 3-ish, around that time. So around, you know, closing time. I think they are open a little bit later than most places, but she was shown on surveillance leaving the My Way Lounge with a man who appeared to be in his 50s. So then that was December 4th, mind you, in the early morning hours. I did go down there today and I have some video of that, but there is so many cameras down there. So many. She does have a poster, Dutchie, but you know, I'm sure that they would be fine if you wanted to there's a couple different posters floating around. So, but she would have been seen at any angle around that building getting into a vehicle. On December 12th, which was my birthday, she was reported missing by her family. So, as I said before, it was not abnormal for her to be gone for a period of time. That is quite a long time, though. So that is very worrisome. That's a lot of time for, things to happen. Her dad had actually went looking for her, and he went to the front row, which was the first bar that she went to. The friend that she got separated from, that she went to my way with, took her purse and phone back to the front row. At first I was kind of like, why would he do that or whatever? But it's my understanding that there is nothing nefarious there at all, and that person is not at all a person of interest. So, but they did take her purse and phone back there. So when her dad went out to look for her, he went in and asked, have you seen this girl? And they said, yeah, we have her stuff. And so he picked her stuff up and went to the police station, because that's a long time to have no phone, no debit card, no personal belongings at all. So he made sure to go straight to the police station. The next day, the 13th, her Amber Alert went out. I guess it wouldn't be it would. She's not underage. Never mind.
The missing information, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm just so used to, because I don't cover a lot.
I know. I heard you say Amber Alert, and I was like, oh, yeah, wait.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
I'm so tired. I was like, I just have to do this and be done for the day, because I need a shower and I need sleep. So on December 15th, police executed search warrants at this house on the 1300 block of Division Street in Parkersburg. This is one of the ways that people, myself included, and the news, were able to confirm who the person of interest is. That article does say they served 10 search warrants on his property, vehicle, electronics, and an offsite location. This house also, and this will be in my video tomorrow, whenever I get a chance to do it tomorrow. It is not very far. It is only, maybe 6 or 7 minute drive. And that was today while there was traffic. At 3 o'clock in the morning, there's nothing. So, the way that they were able to figure this out was the identification from people at the bar, the surveillance with the car, and then they tracked him with security cameras and traffic cameras and stuff towards his house. So it's not very far. I drove it in just a few minutes. Now there is some woods behind his house. I'm sure that they have searched it, but he's what's scary is that this guy has been living beside an elementary school, which is terrifying. So here I just did a Google Maps picture to show how close it actually is and how much water is nearby. So, which is again terrifying. And there's so many parks and so many wooded areas and stuff too. It's a lot. So it's about 1.5 miles. This is the vehicle that they released as the person of interest vehicle. The police said that they had a person of interest and asked for any information or security camera footage pertaining to this vehicle on December 3rd and 4th. So that day of the 3rd, that evening of the 3rd, all day the 4th. So that's the early morning hours from like 3 a.m. on the whole day. So if anybody happens to watch this from Parkersburg, please, if you have the ability to look back through security camera footage and you haven't already, please check that. It's really important. And, or if you have seen this vehicle anywhere at any point in time, if you've seen this vehicle at parks, at like on the side of the road anywhere, if you've seen him on a country road anywhere in any county in West Virginia or Ohio, please, please, please call the police and let them know. It is incredibly important. There's an OBX sticker on the back, and it has a Pittsburgh Penguins license plate frame and 2 Darth Vader stickers on the rear side windows. So on the little tiny windows, in the back. It is so important because you just never know. I mean, if this was something that was planned, it's possible that he had it planned beforehand. If it was an opportunity, it's possible that he could go back. It's so important. Oh, and sorry, it is a black Nissan Rogue, by the way. This is the person of interest. He is known now as Preston Pierce, but he is also known as Daryl Lott. That was his name. He changed his name a couple years ago. He has ties to many West Virginia counties, Ohio, North Carolina, and Georgia. He's 55 years old. He could have a shaved head. He could have a shaved face. He could have, full, scruff going on, anything. So there has been rumors of him still being out in at bars around the several hour, hour or so radius. So please keep an eye out if you are going to any bars or late, restaurants, and going out to restaurants real late. If you're going out with friends, if you are getting DoorDash or Walmart deliveries and you live in this area, do not open the door for just anyone. Please do not. This man is a delivery driver, I guess. So it's very important that you remain safe. If you see him and he's acting weird or anything like that, don't hesitate to call and say, this is what's going on. This is where I'm at, because it's important. We don't need another missing person. After scouring through social media and everything, basically, he's scary, isn't he, Jenny? He's scary. Yes,
Creepy
watch your
crap.
Yeah.
Like, I saw this picture and I was like, oh my gosh, why would she even be around this guy?
Yeah.
She is beautiful, and he just, ugh.
Yeah, he looks like a pud.
Gross.
But he's also an ex-cop.
Yeah, so, tell him about how many places.
Barber County, Jackson County, and Wood County. So a couple different places. Vienna Police Department also. So in West Virginia, he also has ties to Ohio as well. And again, North Carolina and Georgia. He's kind of been everywhere. He has several addresses attached to both of his names. He's worked at several locations. Please be careful. If you see this guy, do not talk to him. Do not engage with him. Just protect yourself and report anything suspicious, please. He does not have the vehicle. The police, I believe, do still have the vehicle. So he is driving something different if he's out driving around. But
that's good to know. Yeah, Marlena, you were asking about the sticker. I didn't realize they still had it, but that's a good point. Whenever we do hear where they're looking for vehicles, and they say it has this kind of sticker or that kind of sticker, it's a really good point that someone can easily just remove that sticker. So look for residue. But like Sassy said, they still have it at the police department. So in this case, I guess we don't have to worry about it. But thank you for the point because
Yeah.
I hadn't really thought about that. She's got screaming children. Well, Dreamcatcher, that's one of the theories, right? Is that he put something in her drink. Um, but you know, you can't right now. We don't know.
Yeah. I mean, people have said that, she was highly intoxicated. So I mean, it's very possible. I mean, that is a very strong possibility at any point in time in a case like this. So, if you're out, bottle. If you're going to be drinking beer at a bar, you drink out of a bottle and you keep your thumb on top of the hole. So do not drink out of a glass. Do not drink out of a can. Bottle. I was always told that, and it's so important.
Don't
And
they have like nail polish that you can
mhm,
will like change colors if that I don't know if how well it works or anything like that, but supposedly
they
they have
do.
nail polish that you can wear and you can like put your finger in the drink or put your nail in the drink and see if it changes color.
Yeah.
And they also have covers for drinks that you can
hmm
take out with you that some of them are pretty cool
hmm
looking. So sorry, go ahead. Oh,
I love him so much. um, So, but yeah, so definitely protect yourself when you're out. This is a perfect example of that. I don't know if it was. I mean, she was young and single and no kids, and she was out living her life and doing her thing. Um, so I mean, I don't know that. I think it's just normal for her friend group to be, going out on the town or whatever. Um, as far as intoxicated like that, I don't think so. But everybody talks, like the people that have talked about her said she was, kind of quiet and shy, and she was really sweet. So I would say that for her to be that intoxicated probably would be out of the norm. But I'm sure that if there was any evidence of a drug or anything like that they would have found it in the search warrants, So, yes, buddy system always, never, ever, ever be alone. Never, ever. Yeah, it was just a social thing. She's not like, an alcoholic or anything like that. It was just social, she was young, I mean, just
yeah.
doing her
I'm sorry.
thing.
I said I didn't think it was abnormal for her to be highly
Oh yeah, going
intoxicated.
out. Yeah.
Um, I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
From what I understand, I mean, she went out frequently, but I don't know that she was always intoxicated or
Right.
highly intoxicated. So I want
Right.
to clarify that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you're fine. So yeah, this guy, he is their person of interest. Again, keep on the lookout for him if you are in the area. Watch your delivery drivers. We have learned that so many times. You don't have to, you can be anybody and go inside. Sorry, my dad called. You can be anybody and go and get a delivery job. Seriously, you can
Well,
sign up for DoorDash, Walmart delivery, Instacart, anything. They don't do background checks.
yeah, well, Nana, Jim and I was gonna come running in here because you said your dad called.
Probably.
Jim and I loves her daddy.
Yes. She does. Yeah, Marlena. Yeah, it's scary. It was scary when I was that age and younger, but it's even more scary now. I don't know yeah. Don't open your door. Make them leave it on the porch. if you're a single woman living by yourself, or if your husband works out of town, you leave boots outside, you leave tools, by the door. Make sure that there is, some kind of, even if you're single and you don't have a man, get some boots and leave them by your door. Move things around. Never, drive the same route home. Like all of there's so many precautions that people should take in this day and age, because you just never know. I mean, it's a scary, scary, scary world. Okay, so I just wanted to include some of these pictures because this is the billboard that's up in Parkersburg, and it gives her information as well and has her pictures, which is awesome. She is 28 years old now. She's about 5'1", so she's a tiny thing. She's only about 110 pounds. She is tiny. She has brown hair and brown eyes. Again, her name is Gretchen Fleming. And if you have any information about her, please call 304-424-1072 and ask for Detective Zimmerman. And this is her poor grandpa hanging up a banner. It's so sad. I mean, her family just adored her. So again, she's been missing since the early morning hours of December 4th. She was seen on surveillance cameras leaving the My Way Lounge in Parkersburg. There's more pictures of her. She was just a tiny thing. I mean, she was little. Hold on a second.
Yeah, don't play on the phone walking through parking lots. I mean, all the stuff that I did, yeah, don't do that. Because I just didn't pay attention to my surroundings really at all. And I still have problems remembering to pay attention to what's going on around me. So
it's hard. I mean,
scary.
But especially a lot of the times they look for, women that are distracted, women that are, don't look threatening at all. Like they're not going to fight back, or, that they would be, easier. They're not gonna want too much of a struggle. You know what I mean? So you have to be on your A game every time you leave your house. You really do. This is a perfect example, because like when I was younger, all that stuff doesn't happen here. That stuff doesn't happen. I'd always like, well, whatever, and it does happen here. So, and it will happen everywhere if, these people are allowed to, are able to get away with it and allowed to roam free. So these people that do these things, don't be on your phone. Always keep your location on for like a trusted family member or something. Make sure you're not, not in contact with people for long periods of time, so that if something happens to you, it's not a long period of time before you're reported missing. You know what I mean? Yeah, December. Yeah. I've like I said, I've been really hesitant to bring this to YouTube, but her family wants the attention for her. The news here is not letting her story go, which is great. I really commend WTAP especially for keeping her name in the public. Her family has been awesome about keeping her name in the public. So many community members have continually shared her information and her picture, and flyers out, and private search parties. And there was a big search party up there a while back. I couldn't go because we had a wrestling tournament that day, but it was huge. There was a ton of people there. They came and searched Mountwood Park. which is a huge area. And it's, I mean, it was a lot of ground to cover. And they had so many community members come and, pull their bootstraps up and get out there and look for. And so it's been, searched, and a couple other places have been searched. But the community still continues to step up. So I think that's really wonderful. Let's see here.
Rewards, 65,000.
The reward is 65,000. Yeah. Maui girl. Yeah. This guy is a, ex-cop. So, he has ties all over West Virginia, Ohio, Georgia, North Carolina, and probably other states that we don't know of. I know he, had some very concerning, you know how people will do like trip reviews when they go somewhere. So looking at his trip reviews for for these island vacations or whatever he was going on, he was like describing each waitress that he thought was pretty, each, cashier or, hotel clerk or, whatever. He was describing them and how they looked. And he was very, he ended up marrying a woman from there. So he's a strange one. But
It's really.
go ahead.
No, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was just in mid long thought.
I'm so sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry. I was just the part about him being a police officer, or ex-police officer,
Mm-hmm.
that is extra scary because he knows what they'll look for.
Right.
He knows, like a phone, when to turn it off, and various other things. He knows how those particular police departments operate.
Yeah.
How their detectives operate and what they're looking for, and that
Mm-hmm.
makes it extra scary.
Yeah.
Extra scary.
Yeah. And, I mean, we're looking at a time frame of at least that first day, but he had from the 4th, from the 4th to the 12th to cover anything that he might have missed. You know what I'm saying? So if people had seen him at any point in time during that time, and if you look at the pictures, and I will pull up the pictures again of his vehicle, because let's see. I mean,
Maui girl.
Go ahead. There we go.
No, go ahead. Finish what you're saying.
Well, the Darth Vader stickers, a couple people have recognized his vehicle. So it's a pretty identifiable sticker. It's not something you see on every vehicle. So an Outer Banks sticker, yeah, you're going to see a bunch of those. But the Darth Vader sticker, you're not going to see those on every vehicle. So that was, helpful. So that's where he that was his first screw up, and he's probably screwed up many other times. So let's hope.
Maui girl is saying that she says, "Wow, that's crazy! Just like the old case I listened to today. They caught him because he had tried to do this to someone else before, and she got away and helped solve and find the other victim."
Oh my gosh!
So, do you want to talk about that a little bit? Other people?
Yeah. There have been several women that have come forward and talked about their experiences with him. Again, he's an ex-cop turned delivery driver, and an ex-cop that has been jumping from department to department to department. So I think wasn't it Skilo that explained like what happens sometimes in police departments is they have one bad egg, right? And that bad egg gets in trouble. And instead of it being a big deal and them doing what they should do, sometimes they just like let them go. You go somewhere else, so it doesn't make our whole department look bad. And I think that that happens a lot. So we have these certain people that just bounce from department to department, and cause something like this.
You know, the guy that drove across the country to California and
Mm-hmm.
killed that girl's whole family, and then was coming back with her and ended up,
Mm-hmm.
Killing himself. He had worked at different police departments and had just started at a new one.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody's like, "How did this happen?"
Right.
There's no record that goes with them. There's no
Mm-mm.
record that has to follow them.
Nope.
It's very weird.
Not unless there's disciplinary action through, the system, right? I mean, that's the only way, but they don't want to make their departments look bad. So that's really sad that that's the way it is, because it puts a lot of people in danger. Not just, in situations like this, but just on the job in general,
Well, especially when it's complaints like where it's women complaining, right?
Yeah.
Women are complaining about harassment, about being scared around,
Mm-hmm.
these kind of things. What are they going to do about that other than let him go because they've gotten enough complaints? And how is that going to carry through? But
Mm-hmm.
like you said, like in the Facebook groups, there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
texts and things that people have posted, and I don't
Right.
know how much of that is accurate, what's not. But definitely some of it is. So
Yeah. Dreamcatcher says, I'm with a group. The women lost her daughter, and we have chapters in all the schools to teach these young girls. That's amazing. That is amazing. It's so important.
I love it.
Like, especially as they're in such an impressive time period as teenagers, and if they learn that young, then they can go out and those things. You think kids sometimes aren't listening, but they're listening. They know. They may make mistakes, or they may, get a little bit too trusting or whatever, and something happened. But the majority of the time, they're going to listen, and they're going to hear what you're saying, especially if you're educating them properly. Dutchy, the reward is 65,000 now. It's 32,500 for to her being found, and then 32,500 to her being, for justice for the person that did this, to be arrested and prosecuted. So that's awesome, and that's all from community members and local businesses and stuff. So I am like, that's awesome. I'm really, really proud of this area right now. So that's okay. As long as her case is not solved, others are also in danger. Yes. Yeah. Let's see. I was behind a little bit in chat. Sorry, guys. Former LE, is he now a security guard? I wonder. No, so he is, okie dokie, he is a Walmart delivery driver right now. So he's doing Walmart deliveries.
Which is terrifying.
Terrifying, because you know how many mothers order Walmart delivery or Instacart delivery or, whatever. That maybe their kid is sick and they don't want to leave the house, or, we don't know. We don't know how many people he's being exposed to, and it's terrifying. Yes, he was in Williamstown as well, and Vienna, Baton Rouge. So Williamstown, Vienna. I also have Barber County, Jackson County, and for West Virginia, he's got several addresses for like Glenville, which I believe is where he went for his training for police training. He's got addresses in Georgia, in Snellville, Georgia, and Grayson, Georgia. Where was the other? Is that the only two that you pulled up, Jenny? Because that's what I have for him. Yeah. So Bellington, West Virginia.
Like, oh, that's not that far from me.
I know. Let's see. North Carolina had some. let's see. In Eastover, North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, Salem, West Virginia. Let's see, there's Bellington. There are a couple different places. So, I mean, he's Elizabeth. He's got, and Jackson County, like Ravenswood and those areas. He's got some serious ties there. So, I mean, we're talking about all over New Martinsville, West Virginia, Sardis, Ohio, which is right across the river. Everybody needs to be on high alert. If you see this man, do not approach him. Do not talk to him. Don't, like if he would approach you, find someone that you can, like a cashier or a clerk or, a security guard or a bartender or anybody that you can tell, I need help. This man is a person of interest and in a missing persons case, and I am scared. So don't go out alone. Don't, bartenders, when you are leaving at night, make sure that you have like some mace or something on you. Make sure that you're not by yourself when you're leaving. You're not closing up by yourself. Make sure that you're not the last person there leaving in a dark parking lot, because there was another case that in Parkersburg of a woman disappearing from another bar, and she was found. But that man it's the rumors. Everybody knows who did it. It's not connected to this case, but everybody knows who did it, and that man is still walking free as well. So please just protect yourself. Huge risk of conviction integrity for other past cases he may have worked on. They'd rather bounce them and keep moving. That's true. Yes. Some departments have internal coding that hides officers' infractions. Baltimore. Yeah. You would think, Kim, you would really think. It's terrible. Oh, shoot, my chat skips. When I've played things like this out in my head, if someone manages to get me and they're leaving my hair all in that thing and spitting on everything. Yeah, do that.
That's Tater.
That's Tater. Well, she would go out with a fight anyways. They'd be stupid to go after Tater. She reminds me of my daughter, but she is 36, same size, so tiny. Yes. It's very sad. Yes, Pixie. Would be good to check the local Walmart store grounds that he worked out of. If it is a store or a warehouse, many remains found behind these commercial buildings out of the line of sight. The thing about Parkersburg is there is so many warehouses and that are empty. So many like old plants and factories and stuff that have closed down that are empty. That are, they may have a fence up around them, but it's not locked up, or there's a hole in the fence, or whatever. So that is something that if you're in the area or whatever, if anybody from the area watches this, that you can check with partners. Don't go by yourself. Do as I say, not as I do. And just go out and when you're out walking, when you're out driving around, anything, just keep an eye out. Anything, there could be anything. So am I missing anything, Jenny? I don't know.
Oh, I don't think so. I mean, this is just like I've been thinking about, like, I've only really known about this for a couple of days, and Adrian just was like, okay, here's the timeline, here's the articles, this is what's going on. Every question. It's so frustrating. because they pretty much know who it is,
Yeah.
and that they need to find her.
Mhm.
But I'm afraid of what's happened uh, to her.
Yeah.
And like you said, he's was all over the place, and it's
Everywhere.
like
Everywhere.
there's no telling.
Yeah, they do still have his vehicle from what I have been able to gather. He does not have his vehicle, and he's not living in that house anymore. So he was actually another interesting point that I wanted to bring up was he was selling his stuff after. Some people have said that they thought he was also selling his furniture and stuff beforehand, but he was selling furniture for sure after um, um, you know, Gretchen went missing. So that's concerning. Um, had told people it's because he couldn't afford the rent or whatever. Um, I'm not sure. So it's here comes the duck. The ducks that you roll across the floor and they quack. You know what I'm talking about? Jack has it right now. Hold on.
I wonder though if any of the people that bought any of that furniture, if they've been asked for that furniture. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? For them to test.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I mean, if anybody bought furniture from him at any point in time, I mean, even if it was beforehand, we don't know what he has been doing. I mean, this might not have been his first time, and it's very possible that he could do it again because I mean, we were talking today when we were out, when we were gathered to get together to go out and search, and we were talking about it's like if this is his first time, he could escalate. You know, um, if it's not his first time, then he knows what he's doing because he's not been caught yet, and he's going to do it again. I
That's
mean,
horrible.
yeah, terrifying, terrifying. So, yeah, familiarity. I mean, I have several places on my list, and we as a group have several places on the list. And I know that law enforcement, they are working overtime. I just want to say that the detective on this case, Detective Zimmerman, is amazing. And I truly wish that every police department all over the country had detectives like him. So I'm very thankful. I was so worried, wasn't I? I was like, I've been like terrified about just because of past, cases and stuff. Very worried about things, maybe being let go or dismissed. But he is on top of his game. He is wonderful, and he deserves so much praise for the job that he's doing. He is incredible.
And he seems to be utilizing the community as well as
Yeah,
social media in the
yeah,
correct way to
in a
try
pot.
to,
Mm-hmm.
right.
Yep. You,
Hopefully the bad stuff will stay away from this,
yeah.
but
I mean, you get back what you put out, right? So he's out there. He's being open and honest. He's being forthcoming with what he can. He's, not being a jerk to people that have questions. It's wonderful. I mean, people want to help, and they sometimes they don't know how. So they will call and say, hey, there's this, blah, blah, blah. And they think that they're helping. Maybe they're not, but he seems from what what I understand from many other people is that he's incredibly patient with things that maybe they think is silly, but they still want to try to, what if, right? So they call in. So he's been incredibly patient and kind. Um, so that's wonderful. It's definitely a different um, I guess maybe environment too than what we've seen in some other cases, because he does want help from the public, and he does want their tips, even if they think that it might be silly, or maybe it doesn't matter. It does matter, because, you know, his behavior and his patterns before Gretchen went missing are just as important as, you know, during and after. So, and he understands that. And, you know, as far as I can tell, the law enforcement that are on the case outside of him as well, they understand that also. So, but, you know, and the group of women that I was out there with today, this morning and early afternoon, wonderful people, and are go-getters. So I'm really proud to be a part of another small group like that, because you know, that's really important for these people. We have to be you know, vigilant and on top of it, and they want help, and, you know, law enforcement wants help, so there's people that show up and help, and instead of being fearful or shunned for helping, there, you know, there was appreciation. So that's a breath of fresh air for as far as law enforcement and stuff goes. Because I, you know, as we've seen with other cases, you know, sometimes law enforcement gets frustrated, especially when YouTube is involved, and then you know, it's becomes, I mean, now granted, Gretchen's, you know, case isn't all over YouTube, but it's social media, the social media presence in her case is there. You know, there is so much going on. And they're still very forthcoming with what they can be, and they're not jerks about it. So
Yeah.
thank you guys, yes, for being here. 44 watching and only 33 likes. Yes, thank you, Tiff. I appreciate the ones, you guys, that showed up for this. I really,
so
really,
much.
yeah. You guys have no
And I
idea.
saw the number was a little higher earlier,
Mm-hmm.
so people popped in. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't hear the name they expected to hear,
Yep.
and they dropped.
Yep.
So
And that's
I get
okay.
it, but
But there is so many cases out there that need attention, so many missing people that need attention.
Yep.
And that's where publicly the focus is, and even privately, because I've been working on hi, lean on me, thanks for being here. I've been working on this and following this pretty closely for since it happened, but it's, you know, I just, like I said, I was kind of hesitant to bring it out, but she needs attention. She does. She needs help, and we're gonna keep going. We're gonna go out. I'm gonna go out as many times as it takes. I'm gonna put my boots on. My pants. I have my hiking pants, and they are covered in mud from the knee down. Yeah. Wow, it was muddy. I mean, we've had so much rain, and it's like everything is wetland, you know, in most places. So it was super just, it was just muddy, and walking through as high a water as I could get through without it going into my boots, you know, over the tops. So, yeah, I mean, it was pretty crazy. And then whenever I went to the third location by myself, I was up on top of that hill, and I was like, oh my gosh, I had got like, it was probably a mile and a half in, and the wind was just like whipping through there, and snow, and we had like snow squalls and stuff going on. And when I was driving there, I was like, I don't know if it's snowing or if this is pollen. That's kind of where we're at in the weather. So we don't know what we are getting. But
it was so crazy because we were all like, maybe you shouldn't go because you're by yourself.
yeah,
She's like, no, I'm okay. And then just a few minutes later, she was like, okay, I'm coming back because I've only
yeah,
got like 20% on my phone. It's not a good idea.
yeah. I
But
mean,
I was just grateful
It
that
was like
she
this.
has the wherewithal, to
Yeah.
do that, to say, okay,
Yeah.
now I'm getting to a point where I don't feel like if something happened that I would be safe, and not
Yeah.
like somebody even getting you, just falling and breaking your ankle, or something like that. It's being by yourself is difficult.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, and we'll be going back to that location. I won't go back alone, but we'll be going back. And because it's just not a place that anybody should be alone. You know what I mean? Anyways, it's not. It would be so easy to fall or trip over something and fall down into a ravine or, whatever. So it's just not somewhere that's safe to be alone anyways. And, I mean, it's hiking, but it's like some serious hiking. Um, and, I found, some scat and stuff like that. So I was like, well, we do have, cats around here, and we have bears, and we have, lots of things. And so, but it was, I mean, it does something to my soul to be able to do that. Like I always, I was never one to just go hiking. You know what I mean? So um I I when I decided to go to Tennessee to search in the mountains there, I was like, I'm gonna have to like push myself. But it's physically, I don't even notice it because it's the adrenaline. It's the adrenaline of you're going to go out there and you're going to push yourself to the limit, and you're not even realizing it because there's a goal, right? There's a goal to find a person that needs you. And that is really, it's an awesome feeling, selfishly. But I don't know. There's just something about it. I don't know. Um, so,
Well, I think you're wonderful for this.
oh,
So I've
thank you.
already told you 9,000 times, because it's a big deal. It's really a big deal. Um, Kristen said, just because I want you to hear this, I appreciate everything you're doing. Some just care about drama and not about the fact there are tons of missing people. Thanks again.
Thank you, Kristen. Thank you so
And
much.
that one person saying that negates the 5,000 other things, I
It
think.
does. It does. I mean, when we started a long time ago, 8 million years ago, um, it's what it feels like. Uh, we always said, quality over quantity. And, I mean that for real. Like this past year, has really shown that. So I know who's here for these missing people. Truly, I do. I know whose heart is here. Not here on this channel. I mean, in general, who's here, um, following these cases and looking for answers and researching and diving in and getting out there and doing things. And I know whose heart is there. And I haven't done all the things right, and I won't. I mean, I won't for it'll it'll be a cold day in hell before I do everything right. I mean, truly. But you know we just got to try. I mean, I can screw up a million times, but, I just, I got to try to do it right, So I
Right.
think this might have taken that from the movie we were watching earlier. I think it was because we were watching the Elvis Presley movie. It's like 8 hours long. And he said, I think I did. I just stole that from that movie. You can screw up 10 times as long as you do it right once. So, yeah.
Kim
So
Holmes, welcome. Welcome to Sleuth.
thank you. Oh, wait. Oh, I forgot. So when we went live last time, I forgot that I had these because it's been so long, because I did these and then I was like, I'm done. I can't. I give. But welcome to Sleuths Come Home. Thanks. Forgot I did this.
Awesome. That is awesome. And Nana, together we are stronger.
I just remember. And so earlier, whenever Beach Charmer added those, I forgot to do it, and I forgot to do this one whenever Baton Rouge sent a donation for a desk heater. I forgot. So thank you guys so much for being here. I so much appreciate it. Was there anything, Rennie? Hi, I love you.
Oh, I think you got another new member.
Huh?
I think you got another new member.
Okay, I can't see. What did Gavel Geeks join?
Investigator.
Oh, ready?
Yeah.
Gavel Geeks.
I was like, oh, I'm always on.
I know.
So I never think about being a member.
Yeah.
I never even think about it. So now I am.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you guys so much. And
oh,
yes, does anybody have? I don't know how to do the iPhone link. That's something I have never been able to figure out. And now that I have I never had to worry about it because I always had an Android, but now I have an iPhone.
I think Maggie had it before. It seems like it's like the channel /join or something like that.
Oh yeah, you have to go to like the actual channel page. That's right. I love you too, Lean on Me. Thank you for being here. I scrubbed everything on Facebook and just when you take a break, you have to just everybody needs a break. And I had a long break, and I was like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this. And I'm still doing DIY stuff, by the way, just so everybody knows. But I am so busy all the time that
It's true.
Getting projects completely done from start to finish doesn't happen very often. So, I'm getting there. We're getting there. So I'm just slowly doing it and taking my time so I don't try to rush through it and screw anything up. But there's a lot of projects underway and upcoming projects. So
and Gavel Geeks projects too.
We have some big Gavel Geeks projects going on. If you'd like to talk about that. Jenny.
And I'm scrambly, Skeeter says. 1 second. That says I sound scrambly. So it's just me, not you.
Oh. For the first time.
Okay, does that sound better?
Yeah, you sound a little far away.
I am. I turned my mic off on my headphones, so that's my laptop.
That's okay.
We're going to be talking. There's a couple of cases coming up that I'm trying to get everything together for, and there's a whole bunch of other channels that are covering it, and that's fine. We're going to cover it the way we want to and have discussions and everything else. So we're going to cover the Leticia Stout case that Gavel Geeks group has been following since it first happened. So 3 years.
Yeah.
And also the Daybell Vallow case, which you see everywhere, but we've been following that since it first started. We watched it in Hawaii.
That's right.
So, and anything else that comes up that we feel like talking about, we will.
That's right. And also, Jenny has some extra stuff that most channels, probably all channels, don't have on the Daybell Vallow case.
I do. And I think we may just do one episode about that because it's
Yes.
so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll give you a hint. It was a website. There was a website that was the whole, we call it the preppers, the people prepper thing or whatever, that they took down as soon as people heard about it. But we figured out who they were before the name got out. And I went and pulled everything off of their site.
Yes.
So we have all kinds of documents and everything else just to look at that group. That's not going to, I mean, that doesn't enter into the murder case necessarily, right? It's more about the groups that they were involved with and the things that they were doing outside of, you know, what we hear about all the time. So,
right. Yeah.
I'm excited.
I am too. And I mean, because I've never seen those, because I followed it really closely while it was happening. And then it kind of, you know, died off as far as the media and stuff goes on it. Every once in a while, like if something would pop up, or I kind of stopped following it once they found the kids and all of that. So,
but COVID was going on, so no court stuff was happening. That was the worst time in the world for Gabby. I was just, like, I was like, I don't have anything to do, and I was going back and watching old cases. It was just like terrible.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited about this. Oh, and I got a letter today that I've been summoned for jury duty.
Woohoo!
And I've never had jury duty. You guys don't understand. I'm so freaking excited about this. Like, incredibly excited.
I'm super jealous.
I wanted to be on jury duty always.
I'm so jealous. I got summoned to jury duty one time for my hometown that I haven't lived in since, this was just like a couple months ago, remember? I haven't lived in that town since I think my oldest was 3. She was 3. So I get summoned, and I didn't even know, because they didn't even have my current address, right? So I get a message on Facebook. Hey, you've been summoned to jury duty. I get it from a cop. And I'm like, dude, I don't live there anymore. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll mark you down. So, you know.
But that easy. Yeah, I'll bring my own gavel. And, telling their stories. When I started the YouTube channel, I got a gavel in the mail, and it was from my friends for years, telling their stories as support, which was incredibly awesome.
Bring your own robe and powdered wig. Yeah. Hey, Tiff, if you'll send me, I can't find a pen, and I'll forget her name. So if you'll send me a message of that, of Jessica Stack's name, that would be awesome. I appreciate it. So, we have some big things coming up. And again, I have a video that I'm gonna put together, and this is not going to be the last time that I go search for Gretchen. So I'm going out at every chance that I get. I know my mom, has offered, when my husband goes back to work, that she'll watch the little turd bird that destroys my house on a daily basis. So, so that I can go out and.
You call him a turd bird.
Turd bird. He is. He's rotten. So that I can go out and search and stuff like that. So, and of course we have sports. So that'll be number one, kids and sports. But we have, any of my free time that I ever get will be spent on this. So today, my husband kept the kids home, and they stayed in and did their thing today, and I was able to go out. So I'm really thankful for that. But, so it was a good day, and we made a lot of headway for Gretchen, and I'm really, really appreciative of the women that came out today to search. There was one woman that was an older woman, and she had got separated, and I was like, I see her by herself and I'm like, oh my gosh. So I was like, okay, because I was going to go back around and do it again, but just zigzag in a different spots. And but then another one, though, one of the other ladies came from that direction that I was going to head. So I know we got that whole park cleared. So that was great. We did have more people sign up that were supposed to be there today, but they didn't show up. But that's okay because we got it. We took care of it. So never underestimate willpower. And there's nothing better for your soul than getting out and helping your community and helping someone in need. So remember that.
And a bunch of women who are fed up.
And women, yes. Women are badasses and they can do anything. So with a little bit of determination, yeah. So, thank you, Kim. Thank you so much. Thank you, guys. Thank you telling the stories. What the heck? Okay, I'll send you a message then, Tiff. So, I don't know. Am I missing anything else? I don't think so, because a lot of the other stuff just doesn't need to be online right now. So we can talk about that at a later time. But as far as Gretchen goes, or her she's 28. She's 5'1", 110 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes. And if you saw her at any point in time, if you saw the person of interest, Preston Pierce, aka Daryl Lott, please contact authorities. The phone number is 304-424-1072. And her case number is P220-7164. And again, the reward is up to $65,000. That is for finding Gretchen and the arrest and prosecution of the person that is responsible. So keep that in mind when you know some information, or you may have seen them or seen him or whatever. You could, or maybe something's holding you back from maybe getting involved or whatever. Hopefully that will help motivate people to tell what they know. And that includes people in his immediate friend circles and family as well. So do the right thing.
Do it.
Yes. Hello. Welcome. So anything else? Let me think. I don't think so. My hat is itching.
No,
My
I
head.
think you covered everything that, about the situation. And
Okay. Do you have any comments?
I think it's crazy that they haven't been able to find a sign of her yet, because they've done all of the things that they should. Dang it! All the things they should. I'm sorry. She just. They've done all the things, it seems, that they should be doing, right? And they haven't found her or any sign of her. 1 second. I'm sorry.
That's okay. No, it's it. So over here, you'll either hear Sadie or you'll hear my kids. So.
I mean, it's not even like it's 6 o'clock on a weekday. That's usually when she works. It's but she sees headlights in the windows.
She just wants to know who's out there. She's the guard dog, the scary guard dog.
Mommy? Yeah, I think it stinks that they haven't. Like I said, they've done what it seems like they should do. Oh, did you? I don't think you mentioned her father finding her purse. Did you, or did you? Maybe
yeah, I did. Yeah,
you did?
He found it at the front row. Yeah.
That was so upsetting because that's her phone. That's
right.
It was left there, and that's why some people do feel like she may have been drugged. Right? That it wasn't
I think that maybe it's possible that she left her purse at My Way, and the friend that she went to My Way with took her purse, thinking, whatever, that he would see her or whatever, and so he didn't know where to take it, I guess, maybe, and took it back to the front row, thinking that maybe she would be more likely to go there to get it or whatever. So it was taken back the next day. And as far as I know, he is not at all a person of interest. So I want to make that very clear. There's been interviews with him. He spoke out on social media. He is not a person of interest at all. And both the family and law enforcement say that. So I want to make that very.
He left her at the other bar?
No,
Or
they got
she left
separated
before.
in the bar. Yeah. According to one of my other friends, I guess there was some kind of like an event going on. There was some kind of a show happening down at the My Way lounge. So it was really busy. And they got separated, and she was, that's when she left with Preston, and I'm not sure. I know that her father had not seen the surveillance footage, but so he didn't elaborate on whether or not she was escorted out by Preston Pierce, or if she left willingly, or if she was. But they just said and she was intoxicated. So there's no clarification whatsoever of like how that went down, but just that it's not that she left and went to his house, that they know that's why they executed the search warrants on, and his car as well was searched and taken in. So car, and I also wanted to say he did admit to her being in his vehicle. I think there was a couple different variations of the story. One was one that I saw was where he had admitted to her being in his car and that he dropped her off at the police station. The other one was that he dropped her off at an undisclosed location. So he puts her in his vehicle, but says he dropped her off somewhere, which is, yeah. How many times have we heard that in these types of cases? So, he's not cooperating with the police at all. So that's important to know, that he is not cooperating, and he is, it is very important that if you are a female at all, like in any area of West Virginia or Ohio that's within a couple hours of distance from Parkersburg, please do not get near this man. He is sketchy. Yes, Charlie Ann. Need a bolo page for creeps. Yeah. And I think that also I think that like sexual harassment type not charges, but like complaints on people, or on women especially, should be taken more seriously, because things like this escalate. This is a man who has repeatedly done this as far as sexual harassment, stalking, showing up places, being very inappropriate with many people online and messenger and text messages. As I said, he was a delivery driver. So he was a contracted delivery driver. So that means that there's no background check. There's no, it's an app, but he's having access to so many places and so many different people. And that's terrifying. So take precautions. Security cameras are not as expensive as you think they are. You can get a nice one on Amazon for $30-$40. you need, like in this day and age, you need to have some kind of security outside of your house so that you know what's going on outside of your house. You need to have protection of some sort. They make door locks. They make these like the security door locks like the hotels have. You need one of those. I mean, I don't care who you are. You need one of those. You know, you need, if you have a long driveway, a great, something we were talking about today, with some of the women that was out searching, a driveway alarm is an awesome thing to have, because if you have a long driveway and someone can pull up, you know, at any spot in your driveway and park and walk to your house and you never know that they're there, that's scary. I mean, that's scary. Look at, you know, Summer's case, for example, the driveways. So if you have a driveway alarm, that means that whoever passes through the two sensors, it's going to sound a loud alarm in your home. So you know when someone's coming up your driveway before they get there. And they're very cheap. You can get them at Walmart. You can get them on Amazon. Those are great to have. I'm trying to think, even home security systems that are monitored with the smart panels and all of that stuff. They're not as expensive as you think they are. I mean, they're expensive, but it's a you know, safety is more important than anything. So there is financing for those things, and there are different ways that you can pay for that. But again, you know, you can get a cheap camera on Amazon that works just fine. Let's see. Hello, you don't know me. All right. Well, I think that is everything. I probably will think of something later. That's just what normally happens. I will have the video out tomorrow, hopefully, of all of the awesome progress that we made today, and not all of it, but some of it. And don't judge me on how cold I was and how red my ears were. So, they were fine.
If your ears are red, that means you're lying, right?
I know. That's what
Truman,
I told.
Truman, isn't that the case? Is that what happens?
Yeah. I told my son that if his ears are red, like whenever I know he's fibbing to me, I'll be like, "Oh, your ears are red." So now whenever he lies to me, he goes like this. So that's funny. So I know he's tricks. Anyways,
Brilliant.
Yeah. There's about 50,000 screenshots of terrible interactions, by the way, between him and random women, allegedly. Yes. Mm-hmm. There's a bunch of Facebook groups, a bunch of screenshots. So if you're interested in that, or you're interested in following this case on your own outside of this channel, there is a ton of Facebook groups out there. So on Amazon, 600-foot driveway alarm, $17.92, and 1,000 for $34.99 with $7 off. Yeah, perfect. Have a friend that isn't true crime minded, driveway alarms or home monitors would be a great gift for them. Take care of the people around you. Love them hard. That's right.
Oh.
So, okay. Well, do you have any final words, Ginny? Gavel.
I don't. But I'm thinking of the song "The Gambler" when you say there's an ice you can keep. No, I just really appreciate everybody being here for this. This is incredible, and I'm so proud of my friend right now. This is 100% her, and I'm here for support. And then,
as always, yes, ma'am. Yes, motion sensor lights. Yep. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Please, I'm actually gonna post Gretchen's poster on my community wall. And again, the links for the articles will be in the description. And I hope that you will join me as I cover this case. from now on until she is found. We will keep going, and we will be covering other cases as well. So if you guys have any suggestions on cases that are important to you that you would want us to cover here, let me know, and or Jenny know, because if you're just emailing, Jenny's the one to send a message to.
You know what might be a really good idea is to go through our comments later and make a list of the things that everyone is suggesting to help keep you safe.
Yes, that's a good idea.
And put all of that together. I think that would be a wonderful idea because these are some really good ideas. A lot of it I've never thought of.
Yeah. Yep. That is a good idea.
Thank you guys all so much.
Yes. Keep your car keys next to your bed with the panic alarm ready. That's right. Good idea. I looked up Rita's case I spoke about earlier. I think the guy wasn't a cop yet, but a cadet and had done a ride along. Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Also,
scary.
My cousin taught me this when I was 16, I guess. Your car key, and a lot of us have rounded car keys now. It's not an actual key, but something like a key. If you have it in your keys in your hands already, first of all, make sure that you're in the light inside when you get your keys out. Don't get them on the way to the car. But second, you could stick your key through your two fingers, so that if someone did come up to you, that you have a weapon right there with the key. So. I'm sure there's other much better things. Like I have a cat that's like brass knuckle looking thing, but it's a cat. You stick your finger through the eyes, and its ears are pointed and really hard metal.
Yeah.
Someone's eyes.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I have that on my keychain. So.
And if you are, if you're knowledgeable about, certain, I don't know if you can even say that word on the tubes, but like pew pew, and you are knowledgeable and
weapons.
Yeah, and you're confident.
Firearms. I think it's okay to say firearms.
Fireworks, yeah. Because you're safe and you're not. If you're scared to hold one,
Roman candle.
Yeah. If you're scared to hold one, that doesn't mean go and buy one and just carry it around. If you're scared to hold it, don't put it in your purse if you're scared to handle it. Take some classes. There's lots of self-defense classes. I highly recommend if you want like self-defense, and maybe self-defense classes aren't taught in your area, find a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class. Those are amazing for many things, but self-defense is big time.
At least a YouTube video. I mean, there's all kinds of videos on YouTube too about that.
Yeah.
So at least check
Even rock by spot carrying. Yeah, because you can't always get to your, you can't always get to it. So, they make like necklaces that you can, pull out. They make things that you can wear. Bear spray also works. It does. So I carry bear spray, and I carry other, and whenever I go out, in the woods, I have my bear spray, I have my machete, I have my, my pew pew, my fireworks, and my holster. So, kickboxing. Yeah. I mean, there's so many. Yeah. So, and there is so many like good priced things on Amazon for self-defense too. So things that don't look like that you can put on your keys or whatever. So you aren't supposed to shoot. True, you're not. You're not. They say that. Oh yes, 2 chihuahuas. I'm sorry. Comments. Wasp spray. Wasp spray is the bomb. That's what classrooms should have. Wasp spray. That's a good trick that I learned back whenever I was working in a school is you should have wasp spray, of course, where children can't reach it or get to it. But it is a very good deterrent in a situation that, if it's, comes to something, a problem, you know what I mean? So, yes. You can keep it in your car.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I think we're allowed to say all these words. I think it is community that has said we can't say certain words.
Probably.
I'm not sure that it's YouTube saying we can't. I
Yeah.
think it's other people deciding what it is okay to say and what's not. So,
That's true. But either way. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you guys again. I do. I appreciate you so much. And I love all of you for being here. And the ones that will watch this on replay, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Make sure that you just hit the like button on your way out if you can. I would appreciate that. I would want to get back into coverage of these cases, and that helps kind of push that out there. So get some awareness and attention for the people that need it, that need it so badly. So, but anyways, we will see you next time, and be on the lookout for those community posts and the video, and upcoming lives and videos soon. So, okay.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for being here.
Thanks, Adrian.
I love you.
Thanks, Adrian. I love you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Okay, now I have to close it out. Oh. See you guys later.